my comments are directed to members of council. You are not showing yourselves to be up to the task of running this city in this time of financial crisis.
Amen.
On March 7th, just days after you fired Johnson, I wrote to you all specifically requesting a complete and thorough financial status report at the March 15th meeting. This was to include all known facts on revenue shortfalls, budget deficits, and unpaid bills, and what could be done about them and when. For my troubles, several of you went after me with the mayor and the former city attorney, seeking to deny my right of free speech and harm my standing with my employer. Despite this up yours from some of you, I've continued to follow the financial status with interest and to offer suggestions, thinking that some of you might be listening. The June 2nd work session on the budget was a real eye-opener. We learned then that the amount of the gap was at least about $9 million and possibly still growing. Of course, we found out since it was definitely still growing. I wrote to you after that, council members, on June 5th and June 8th, and I offered a number of suggestions, but mostly encouragement and trying to empathize with your situation. It's really hard to resolve issues that have such an impact on employees' livelihood, in this case, our city workers. Here's an excerpt from my June 8th email. Look for the silver lining in the clouds. Take advantage of what is a very difficult and challenging situation. Downsizing city government can't be avoided. It is essential. But there is a cliche government word, right-sizing, that describes the impact of cutting back in a thoughtful manner that considers long-term consequences. Any alternative approach will be painful, but please don't reach for the axe instead of the scalpel, because blunt force seems easier. So then I outlined several different ways of budget cutting, and the first was to do nothing beyond the draft fiscal year 2017 budget that was discussed at the work session, which was basically head in the sand. You did move beyond that, however, and you went with what I had as a second method, which was I called cookbook, easy time budget cutting, salami slice. That's where it's a same percentage across the board reduction. Well, we learned last week or earlier that is exactly what you've done. That detracts from every activity the building to operate effectively.
Ms. Rudolph, can you bring your comments to a close?
I will. I mean, I can take as long as the people who prayed and other people who talked. I'll be finished in a short time.
Ms. Rudolph, your time is up. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I'm just going to
Ms.
say,
Rudolph,
money belongs to the citizens, Mr. Mayor. You owe us answers.
if you want to get into an argument, let me make it very clear today. Let me make it very clear to you. Excuse me. First of all, don't come up before the public and tell a lie about me, period. I think she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, please call the next.
Next speaker, James Lefebvre. The next speaker, James Lefebvre. Next speaker, Anna Lefebvre. Next speaker, Travis Urquhart. Next speaker, David Batts.
Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. My name is David Batts. I'm 1127 High Pearl. I'm so much like the other speakers that have spoken before y'all. My biggest problem is I'll take the 10% cut, but I'm asking that the city council remove themselves. I mean, because it's crazy. You can't handle your families. I mean, if I had a house and all the bills won't pay, then they'll put me out the house. I mean, it's just like a football game. The coaches, the whole team, when the coaches lose, the whole team loses. So they get rid of everybody. I'm talking about everybody, because the only person that I felt that was saying anything is the young lady that took over the management part. I mean, because nobody actually said anything. And then it's a form of disrespect to all the city employees that you will have a meeting after you take their money. That's crazy.